Hi people, welcome back to Living Blessed TV. Of course, if you're new around here, you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and of course hit the bell for the notifications of when each new video comes out. I'm just doing a video of the Europa League final preview. Of course, it's Arsenal versus Chelsea. It's an opportunity to win a European competition. Yes, it is the second tier competition in Europe, but for Arsenal it's an opportunity for us to get into the Champions League for next season, as we missed out on the top four. Of course, Chelsea did make it in the top four, so you know, for them to win this would just be for them to lift a trophy for a season that's been quite up and down. Of course, with Sarri at the moment, you know, no one's sure what his future is. There's a lot of talk that he'll be out the door, you know, relatively soon. I could imagine within the next 2 to 3 weeks after the final, you know, we'll kind of know what's going to happen with him, whether he's still going to be at Chelsea or whether he'll be gone. In my personal opinion, I think he'll be gone, and you know, we'll see how it goes from there. But of course, my main focus is Arsenal. Of course, like I've mentioned already, it's a massive opportunity to get into the Champions League for next season. You know, I believe that Champions League football will determine a lot of, will have a massive impact on our transfer window, and you know, in terms of things like the budget and the sort of players that we can attract and bring in, I definitely think that will play a key part. So you know, the squad has been named the travelling squad. Of course, the only player that, you know, has really missed, not due to injury, of course, is Mkhitaryan, for the reasons which I've stated in prior videos, and you know, it's absolutely outrageous. And like many people have stated, if that was a thing against English players or French players, you know, something where there's more than one player affected, or if it was the likes of a Messi or Ronaldo that was affected and couldn't play a final, I'm sure they would have changed the venue. But of course they haven't. It's unfortunate for Mkhitaryan, and of course now it's up to the players to go out there and win it, not only for themselves but to win it for him, as he's, you know, he won't be able to even attend the game to watch it. He's gonna have to watch it from home, just like how I'll be watching the final. But yeah, based on the squad I've seen, you know, it's what I really expected. Was quite surprised to see Danny Welbeck back in there. I know that of course it's been mentioned that he's not going to sign a new deal, and this would in theory be his last game for us. Of course, he's been now injured most of the season, and you know, I saw him back in full training a couple of weeks ago, and I thought he might be in the squad for the final, and you know, he is. Personally, I think he's probably a better option to bring off the bench to an Eddie Nketiah. You know, he's got the experience, you know, and I think with maybe 15-20 minutes to go, you know, if we need a goal, or we need someone to come on that, you know, not even play up front, but someone to come in on the wing and make an impact, he's definitely the sort of player that I feel will do a job, and you know, will definitely put pressure on Chelsea's backline. Of course, Chelsea have some players out injured, which will of course impact them for this game. Of course, Rudiger, he won't be featuring in this game, and I think he was quite pivotal to Chelsea's defence, to be fair. And you know, the other defenders of theirs will have to deal with the likes of Lacazette and Aubameyang. Of course, Loftus-Cheek, he was in good form of recent, and you know, he's out injured also. So I believe that those are players that, you know, definitely would make an impact on their side. But you know, for us, I feel that the two players, in a sense, well, three players we need to watch out for. The main one's Hazard. Now, when I do my starting 11, you know, I'll touch on Hazard a bit more, and then the other two guys is Kante and Jorginho. Now, Jorginho is not so much him being a threat, but he's the guy that they like to play everything out through. So you know, if you can get someone to sit on him, potentially I'll probably have to be Ozil that's to sit on him. I'm not saying it has to be a massive presser tackler, but get on to sit on him, you know, could force him into some mistakes, you know, in their half of the pitch. And of course, if the likes of Ozil can get on the ball there and, you know, playing a great pass to the likes of a Lacazette or Aubameyang, of course that could be a golden opportunity for us to counter and score. So you know, without further wait, I'm going to get straight into my starting 11. In goal, I'm going with Bernd Leno. I would have gone with Bernd Leno anyways prior to the news of what Petr Cech will be doing after he retires, and after hearing that news, he's for me, he's definitely not playing this game. Um, it's just quite evident. Leno is the number one goalkeeper. As much as Cech's played all through the group stages and stuff. Well, ever since he got injured and he came back, he became number two goalkeeper. No matter what, I want Leno to be starting this game. The reality is Leno's the keeper we're going to have next season. He's the keeper we're going to have going forward, and a big game like this he needs to play. So I'm going to stick Leno in goal. I'm going to go with a back three for this game, kind of similar to how we've been playing really the last few weeks. And the back three I'm going to go with is Koscielny, Socrates and Mustafi. I know some people have their thoughts on Mustafi. I'm one of them. I have done a video where I said he needs to be out the club, but I feel of the recent weeks he's been one of the better performing centre halves, and I feel that if we was to go with a back three of those three, it shows some sort of intent of trying to be a bit more solid. When Monreal comes in on the left side of the three centre halves, he's kind of made the target man to get at, and I just feel that maybe Mustafi will be the better option as the third guy in defence alongside Socrates and Koscielny. Of course, at left wing back, I'm going to go with Kolasinac. Of course, he's the better wing back, and this is a game for him where when if he gets himself in those great positions, that final ball's got to be 100% perfect, and none of this Lacazette or Aubameyang's running to the front post and he's putting it somewhere completely different. Like, his final ball's got to be on point, and if he gets himself in the positions and he puts in great balls and it's perfect, and our attackers don't finish them, then it will be on them and not him. But he's got to make sure if he gets in them positions, his final ball is great. On the right hand side, it's going to be Maitland-Niles. Now, my concern with Maitland-Niles is he'll be up in this game. He'll be up against the likes of Hazard. I'm hoping so, that I believe either Mustafi or Socrates will come across, to support him. And I think with Maitland-Niles in this game, what he's really got to do is he's got to kind of try. It sounds weird, but he's got to, try and push Hazard back. We've got to play a certain sort of game where we got to be on them from the get-go, start with high intensity, and push them back. The players like Hazard is not sort of player you want to give any confidence in any sort of game, especially not in a cup final. No matter of whether or not he's going to be at Chelsea next season, he would want to go off with a bang. And I think it's going to be a tough game for Maitland-Niles out there, but he doesn't look like he's going to get his opportunity at central midfield really anytime soon. He's played at this position most of the season, and it's a big game for him, and it's a game for him to show what he's capable of doing, and it's a game for him to step up and and if we win, of course, be a trophy winner, and of course that's something on his resume and something for him to take forward as a player. So it's going to be a big game for him. Like I said, I do expect another centre half to probably come double up with him sometimes if he's under pressure, but I feel that he has the right mentality and he'll be capable to do a good job against Eden Hazard. Going into my midfield two, Xhaka and Torreira kind of picked themselves, to be honest with you. They've been the main midfield two all season. I want Xhaka to have a good game. Again, he's another player. This could be his last game for the club as well. Mistake after mistake at times this season, but he has good performances in him. And in this sort of game, he's the sort of guy. If he gets the ball about 25-30 yards out, just have a strike, have a go. You never know. And hopefully, he has one of his better games. Torreira, don't really need to say too much about him. He just needs to be, again, a workhorse, hungry, and they need to win the midfield battle. It's going to be key for us in this game. In front of them, in that number 10 role, Mesut Ozil, another guy that needs to have one of his better games. If he's on it, if he's up for it from the get-go, and he gives his all, we're going to get a great performance out of him. If he doesn't, of course, you know, it just adds more negative attention to him, and it's the last thing he needs. He's had it more or less throughout the whole season. You know, let's end the season on a high. Let's get the result. Let's win. Let's win the trophy. Let's get into the Champions League for next season, and you know, let's win a trophy not just for themselves but for us as the fans. And then of course the two front men, Lacazette and Aubameyang. Nothing else needs to be said about them. Again, they need to, you know, high intensity press from the front, and you know, if both of them have a great game, and both of them are on it, and you know, we get the opportunities, we definitely should win this game. I'm not fully confident we're going to win. Obviously, as a fan, you want to be confident your team will win. I'm confident that we will win, but I'm not, you know, some people are like, yeah man, we're gonna destroy them, I don't think we're going to do that, but I think we will win. I think we'll win by 2-1. I think it will be within the 90 minutes, and you know, hopefully I'm proved right come Wednesday night. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it, on the final. That's my predicted starting 11 and my predicted score prediction. Of course, let me know in the comment section down below your thoughts on this, what your predicted 11 would be, what your score prediction is. And like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.